one Reddit user finally had to ask the question to find out, why do so many guys refuse to meet without seeing a dick pic? He expressed his irritation by saying, quote, "It's getting kind of frustrating because I don't really want my dick pics sent all around the internet."
Thank you.
Or wait, I was going to say, I think this might be trending because I heard this on It's Happening Out one time. Around the internet, or have a stranger with them saved. You can't even tell how big it is from a picture anyways, end quote. To which the community had gigantic replies with numerous quirky and spicy responses. However, it does raise a question of how much dating has, as a concept, changed in the last few years, and if we are liking these changes. So, question number 4. With a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I'm okay with my app saying no meat without seeing a dick pic.
Oh. Hated it.
You know, it just depends on where you're at in your life. There's people that just don't want to waste time. This is what we're here to do. I maybe don't like how your dick looks, so I need a pic before I go and take that Uber. It is what it is, you know?
But listen, I got people asking me for a dick pic when they have like a blank profile. Like, how you think I'm gonna send a picture of my penis to someone who won't even show me their face?
Yeah.
Like,
That's really funny. Here, let me show you the pictures of Max's penis.
No, I like to know somebody's intention right up front. I always have, and if that's one of your things to meet up.
You think that's positive to go?
Well, I think it's positive to be clear on your intention, so that the other person knows: is this going to be a date? Is this going to be a hookup? I never had a problem doing it, but I just don't think that you should ever combine your face and your junk.
But you have a pretty
no
face,
matter who
honey.
it is.
And sometimes the people with ugly faces have nice penises. So they'll be like, oh, he's ugly, but let me get the dick pic first, and then I'll decide if I'm going to see him or not.
Faye,
what does that have to do with
dicks
intention?
are different. But it's not like titties.
I've had dicks, honey.
Okay, but when you see a really, it can be a really good dick picture, but there's nothing for scale, or it's like right after they finish, so it's
Lighting
just
is
barely
everything.
gone down.
Lighting is everything.
So it's all about the angles. And so
and angles.
And so you have not met the
Deception.
perfect. You have not met the perfect connoisseur of taking a picture. Talk to me first. Secondly,
did you just brag?
I did, because I got the angles down pat. It's Christmas now.
brag
I
that
brag
that you don't need angles.
Are an art form.
We told you we don't like Tootsie Rolls here. Keep your little thing to yourself. But it's all about, I personally, and we're going to do it, show me what I'm getting. If I want hairy booty, clean booty, shaved booty.
So that's the only part of it that I'm like kind of on board with, is because if you're a real like hygiene person, sometimes from that pic, you can tell a little bit more of like what you might be into.
Share a dick pic that is not clean.
But also,
Well,
you
it
see
also
everything
can be
else
with
around the
fries.
picture,
You can see that.
too.
You can also see the hands. Because you know, is it Jennifer Lewis that had that whole video? Or it was some other comedian that was like, look, when you ask for a dick pic, what you're really looking at is the fingernails. To see like if they got clean fingernails or not. And if any other part of the body, because it also depends on if you're a top or a bottom. I imagine if you're a bottom, like looking at a dick pic is something you want. If you're a top, then you don't really want that.
Could care less.
Exactly. But then you might want to look at a picture of like the manscaping, some of the other parts of it. You're like, I think I'm gonna pass on this.
Trini, do you share dick pics?
I'm not going to confirm or deny on
you're
that
pleading the
one,
fifth on that
but
one.
I'm going to
Alright.
say,
Which means yes.
I'm going to say that
If you don't answer, we're saying yes.
if
the
it was,
dentist
they
have
do
one?
have the 15.
He goes, so hypothetically,
dentist have one.
They do have the ones that
happenstance
expire.
turns out-
So if I were to send one, it would be an expiring pic. But then another thing is that I've seen them before, and a lot of times you just don't know what Mark was saying. You don't know what you're actually getting. You've probably seen a pic from years ago. It could be somebody else's dick that they're sending
last
to
question.
you.
Pics are boring, but also most importantly, if you have the intention of hooking up with someone and you ask for a dick pic and they're like, no, I'm not going to send that to you. It's like, but why though? Do you got an ugly one? Because I don't know.
But for that one person that won't send it to you, there's 100,000 more that will. Yeah.
I'm also curious. You're 20.
Yeah.
Gen Zers, do they care anything at all about any of the critical issues related to sharing dick pics?
Like social media safety?
Yeah. Do they care really? They don't, do they?
So anyway.
Well, they invented that shit.
But the thing
Come
too,
on.
it's not so much about prudishness. It's about like, do you want to put your stuff out there for everybody to be sharing?
That's
For me,
prudish.
No.
Yes, it is.
It
the
could be it's
issue.
a
And what if you
thing
want to
for
run
some
for a you run for a senator?
you don't put your face-
You don't
you don't put your
stuff.
face-
But
Race
listen,
is not
you
on
know,
there.
if
You say,
my
why
news ever got leaked, oh, I have sex, I get play. Like, what,
Every
is
day.
that?
It's
You know, I'm not
Every day, all
embarrassed.
day.
Yeah.
It's
and
not-
there's a Twitter a new elected official who's on Twitter who just recently talked about all the different gay
And
crosswalks.
Grindr, being on
Grindr,
Grindr,
absolutely.
Tinder.
And everyone is following him now because he's
By the
being
way,
so real.
he became Kansas City's
Yes, yes.
director of LGBT affairs for the city.
Oh, cool.
And people hit him up in Grindr and Tinder, and then they share. Wait, I'm talking to X or Y, who is a political person in Kansas City, and his reaction is, yes, so I have sex.
Because we have sex. And the thing is, at the end of the day, if
I don't know about Ron DeSantis, but
if you can show your dick, the human body is beautiful. Be proud of what you got. Small, big, Tootsie Roll size, thumb size, it's okay.
You could
Be
try to
proud
sell
of
that.
it. But at the end of the
try.
day, enjoy it. Show them titties. Show that little that punani. I'm dancing to my sibling. I didn't respect my sibling.
But you can show it in person.
And you can, and I will all
And
day.
don't we want a little surprise, a little something? Because everybody takes the
not
best
every
picture
surprise
of
is a good
something.
surprise.
Wait,
Like,
you
I
just
just
said
think it's a
hygiene.
cultural thing about the
We-
swiping culture and everything. Like,
we want cheese to be made in the cheese
Absolutely.
thing
Now, I
of
agree with you on that
1924.
now. I agree with
all right.
that.
All right, let's move on.
As soon as it gets to cheese, it's time
right.
to move on.
That hit
Exactly.
home.
All right,
Leave
that hit
Trinity
home.
alone.
Right.
Leave
All right.
Trinity alone.
Right. All right. Just like, see, that was a vicious Okay. All right. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.